So lastly, we want to just kind of wrap this up by asking the question, well, what does this mean for me? And what should I do about this? And this is very personal because I wrestled with that same question as a freshman in college. Now, by this point, I had already began to realize that I wanted to be a change agent in the world around me, that I wanted to work to advance the cause of justice and alleviate human suffering. But there was a part that I didn't quite grasp, and that was that the problem of injustice wasn't just out there, but it was also in here. So that I discovered that when I had the situation where I ended up deciding to be in two relationships at the same time with two girls that didn't know about it. And I ended up getting caught. And I remember the one girl said to me, "You're no better than other guys. In fact, you're worse because you think you're better than them." That shattered this sense of self-righteousness that I had, that somehow the problem was just out there. I was distraught, and I realized that she was absolutely right. I was self-righteous, and I was broken myself, and I had hurt her in ways that she never deserved. So I decided to just come clean with the other girl, and I told her what I had done. And I never forget, she looked at me with these eyes of compassion and said, "I forgive you." And I was confused and said, "Well, why would you do that?" And she said, "Well, Jesus has forgiven me for all of my sin, so I'm not going to hold this against you." And I was confused, but I was also attracted to this, to say, like, man, this is exactly what I want and need. I realized that I've wronged, but I don't know what to do about it. And it was in that moment she began to walk me through the person and life of Jesus, and that in addition to the teachings and the healing, that ultimately all of this culminated in this incredible act of mercy when he died on the cross for the sin of the world, and said that if anyone would believe on me, they will be rescued and saved, and they can be a part of my mission to bring justice to this world, to be about this kingdom that's not from this earth, but is from above. And as I heard that message, and it just resonated with my very soul. And so in that moment, that freshman year, I decided to be a follower of Jesus. I received Christ as my Savior and Lord. And ever since then, it's been this incredible journey of realizing that my justice work and vision is completely inspired by realizing that of Jesus, and realizing that Jesus is not only someone who is speaking against the institutional evils and the structural sins that exist out there on a macro corporate level, but he's also healing me and removing me from the personal sins in my own life on a micro level as well. That it was not just out there, but it's in here. And that has changed everything for me and helped me to recognize that it's not about my ability to be more righteous than anyone else, but it's about my ability to understand that I trust him to be my righteousness. So as we wrap this up, we want you to ask two questions around your tables. The first is, what am I going to do with the power that I have? We all have various statuses and aspects of privilege. What am I going to do with that to be about justice in the world? The second is, what am I going to do with the claims of Christ? Will I consider following him? Now, you have people at different stages of the journey around that table, and we want to encourage you to hear those stories. And the cool thing is, this is a safe space. You don't have to come to the same conclusions, but to just have a conversation about what does it look like to follow Jesus and what that has to do with justice. And I hope that you'll find, just like I have and just like those around your table, that by following Jesus, we end up following justice. And by walking with him, we end up seeing what it means and what it looks like to be in a just world. So have those conversations, and thanks for watching.